Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at WanaCrypt, a ransomware that made headlines around the world because of its fast propagation and its infection of many computers in the NHS. Now, I received a few requests to take a look at this ransomware, but at the time I was out of town. So now I'm back home, got the VM all ready to go, so let's go ahead and take a look at WanaCrypt. We've got our standard series of bait files. Here we have a docx, which is just a recipe that I like to make sometimes. Got a test document that says test document. I've got a photo from my car like 5 years ago where it thought it was 129 degrees outside. Got this other picture. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, now it works. Okay, the video's already broken. But anyway, we got this picture that accurately represents my feelings every time I build with Legos. We've got a rich text document. And finally we have this spam PDF that was emailed to me, and these will all be encrypted by the worm/Trojan. So let's go ahead and run WanaCrypt, and we have everything disabled. All network shares, there's not even a network card attached to this virtual machine, because I have quite a few devices on this network, and I don't think my roommates or girlfriend would appreciate having all of their files encrypted. Because the thing that sets WanaCrypt apart from most other types of ransomware is the fact that it not only encrypts files on your local computer and sends emails or stuff like that, it will seek out random IP addresses and all the computers it can find on the network and encrypt those files as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and allow this to happen. Sounds good to me. And so because of this worm component, it enables it to spread very quickly and is what actually enabled it to infect all those computers in the NHS. So here is the actual WanaDecrypt that pops up. We can see our files just disappeared here. They have all been encrypted and now no longer function. If we open this up with Notepad, we need more apps. Notepad, it is no longer our excellent text file, however it has been encrypted, and the same goes with all of these others. And we see, other than this WanaDecrypt window, which we'll take a look at in a bit, our desktop has been replaced with oops, your important files are encrypted. See this text but don't see WanaDecrypt0r, your antivirus removed it, you gotta get it back so you can decrypt your files. We can also see here that it drops a bitmap to the desktop, which is just the background that we see here that replaced everything. We also have a new text document saying, what's wrong with my files? Oops, your important files are encrypted. So basically it just tells you the wallet that you need to send your bitcoins to, the application that you need to find on your desktop in order to decrypt your files. And then I like this part right here. How can I trust? Don't worry about decryption. We will decrypt your files, surely, because nobody will trust us if we cheat users. And I'm sure that's the truth. So now we'll go over the actual ransomware itself. It's got the standard ransomware fare going on here. What happened to my computer? Your important files are encrypted. And maybe you're busy looking for a way to recover your files, but do not waste your time. Nobody can recover your files without our decryption service. And essentially you have to go through, pay $300 in Bitcoin, and it channels it through a series of Tor addresses until finally the scammers receive it and decide whether or not to actually give you your decryption code. Now the only reason this actually popped up and encrypted my files is because I disconnected everything on this virtual machine from the internet. As it turns out, the malware has a sort of kill switch activated in it, in which it tests for a domain name which at the time that the ransomware was propagating was not activated. Nobody had registered it. And as long as it found that it was not able to connect to it, it would encrypt your files and continue trying to infect new computers. However, one malware researcher from the malwaretech blog discovered that when he registered this domain name, it activated the kill switch in the ransomware, pretty much effectively stopping it from continuing to propagate and infecting new systems. So, kudos to you. We see here that the actual domain has been replaced with a single text line, sinkhole.tech, where the bots party hard and the researchers harder. Looking back at the ransomware, there's not much you can do once you're at this point, other than if you really need your files, attempt to pay the ransom, but I would not recommend it, because paying that ransom only serves to further fuel these types of attacks in the future. But if it's something like the NHS, I could see some degree of compliance with the scammers' demands in order to receive some very important patient documents and stuff like that. There's not much more to say. As we can see here, the payment will actually be raised if you don't pay it within 3 days, and then if you don't pay it in a week, you lose all your files, supposedly, but I'd bet they'd be willing to grant you some leniency on that if you paid probably triple or quadruple the price. And going even further beyond this, you can tell this was a pretty serious outbreak because Microsoft actually released patches for Windows XP, which has been out of date for about 3 years now. So you can tell this is something big. And that's about it for WanaCrypt. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. So I just noticed one more thing. There's a contact us button and it opens up just a plain message box here. So we're gonna send a message to these guys. Greets from Dan01, ya boy with the malware. Yo. And it's a real shame this isn't connected to the internet because I really wanted them to receive this. But now that's really about it for the WanaCrypt ransomware. Thank you for watching. Take care. One more thing I noticed is that if you send a message and you're not connected to the internet, the ransomware just crashes every single time. Uh-oh. Well, good luck getting your files back now. Nah, I'm just kidding. We can actually close the program and just launch it one more time, and you're good to go. You can pay the ransom for your files.